Hi there everyone, my name is Mario from M Studio and welcome to this new tutorial. Today we are going to talk about how to get started with Photoshop in 10 simple steps. I don't know if you have already seen one of my videos, but I like to keep it straight and fast. No chit chats about what I had for breakfast or if it's gonna rain tomorrow. So let's go. What is Photoshop? Photoshop is a photo editing software you can use to modify pictures or to create something from scratch. 3 examples. You can use Photoshop to make simple or advanced modifications to a picture you have taken. Stuff like cropping, change the brightness, or delete something you don't like. Draw with tools like brushes and shapes. Mix pictures or part of them together. Number 1. In what language should you use Photoshop? I don't know where you come from. I'm from Italy. It doesn't matter, because you must use Photoshop in English. Translations often don't work as they should, and if you talk Photoshop with someone in another language than English, he is not going to understand a frack. You don't need an high English level to use Photoshop, and to know 5 more English words will not kill us. For instance, most of the English I know I have learned using softwares in the language of Shakespeare. Furthermore, if you follow tutorials online or if you ask a question on Facebook or in a forum, 90% of the time, people will give you answers pointing at the English version of the program. Number 2. Where do I start? When you open Photoshop, you have 2 options. Open an existing file like a picture, create a new document. To open a file, as usual, File, Open. Told you don't need to be a genius to use Photoshop in English. If instead you want to create a new document, you have to go File, New, and handle this little setup window. Don't worry, it is easy. Name the name of your fantastic project. Width and height. In pixels if you only have to watch it on a screen, or in inches if you want to print it. Resolution 72 for a digital use. 150 or even better 300 if you want to print it. This value, also called DPI, dot per inch, corresponds to the detail level of your document. Color mode, RGB, if you just have to watch it on the screen again. CMYK, if you want to send it to a printer or a printing service. Don't worry about the rest, you don't have to deal with it right now. Number 3. What are Photoshop layers? Photoshop is based on the concept of layers. What does it mean? Means that you always have to think as if you were working with transparent sheets of paper that you can place one over the other. Layers are here in the lower right corner. And if you want to create a new one, all you have to do is to click this little icon. The benefit of working with layers is that they give you an incredible freedom while handling the elements of your projects. If you are creating a collage, you can separately move things anywhere in a document. If you are editing the brightness of a picture, you can adjust a specific area of it. And if you want to invert the order of your elements, it's just a matter of dragging and dropping. Number 4. Add some text. Ever dreamed of adding text to a picture or to create a poster or a card? With Photoshop, it is extremely easy. All you have to do is to select this tool, decide the alignment of your text, right, center, or left, and click where you want to type. The rest is like you were writing an email or using a software like Word. You can select a word or a whole sentence, choose the font, the size, and other options like leading and tracking. Crop and cut out. If you want to remove a part of picture that is somewhere around what you want to keep, you don't have to go mad. You just need the crop tool. You can find it here, and you just have to select the area you want to crop and hit enter. In the last versions of Photoshop, the crop selection is activated by simply clicking the tool, and all you have to do is to resize its borders. Let's move to the next thing, cut out stuff. To cut out means to isolate an element from its context, as if you were cutting something with a pair of scissors out of a newspaper. There are tons of tools and techniques you can use, but I will talk about my 2 best preferred ones, the lasso and the refine mask. Photoshop artists are split into two categories: those that use the pen tool and those that use the lasso. It's a real war out there, and you will probably read a lot of controversial opinions. I'm in the lasso party. Love me, hate me, I really believe that the polygonal lasso is the easiest and fastest tool to start a cutout operation. And let me repeat it, to start, not to finish. On its own is not enough, but it can be combined with other Photoshop tools and achieve great results. With a polygonal lasso, all you have to do is to draw the shape of the element you want to cut out and create an accurate selection. Pay attention not to go too fast, because a double click can accidentally close the track you are creating. When you are done, just click the first point of your selection and the so-called marching ants will appear around your shape to confirm your operation. To hide all that is outside the selection, you can click this little icon to create a mask. If you are satisfied with the result, then great. But if you want to improve the quality of the cutout, you can click the mask icon next to its layer and then right-click on it to activate the Refine Mask tool. With its powerful options, you can get better results by smoothing, feathering, balancing the contrast, shifting the edges, and so on and so forth. This tool can be used in even more advanced ways, but I think that we can stop here for now. Yo! Number 6. Red eyes. A common problem of many pictures, especially those taken with a flash, is the so-called red eye effect, like in this picture. You can easily solve it with this tool. One click and you're done. Number 7. Delete and repair. There are many ways in Photoshop to delete or correct small imperfections and unwanted defects. The two main tools we are going to use are the stamp and the healing brush tool. This is the stamp tool and is based on the same idea of copy and paste. If I want to let this disappear, I can paste something from this area on it. First of all, you have to right-click to choose an appropriate size for your tool. Then you just hold the Alt key and click on your source area. Release the Alt key and click in the area that you want to fix. You can also use the stamp tool as a brush, painting the source along a path. Pay attention to the link between the source and the destination, because they always move together. The second tool is the healing brush. It's a sort of smart stamp tool. You just have to right-click to choose the size of your brush and then click the spot you want to fix, without specifying the source area. Photoshop will look around and try to find the necessary to repair what you asked. Number 8. Filters and effects. Filters are one of the biggest Photoshop resources. A filter is an effect with you can achieve a specific result using different kind of options. I can't show you all the Photoshop filters, it would take forever. But I can give you an example combining some new hints and some of what we have already seen in the previous part of the tutorial. I have this picture and I would like to blur the face of this person. I just need to draw a selection, a simple elliptical one is enough. I then right-click into it and create a new layer from Copy to isolate the area I want to modify. You then go Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur. Choose the right radius and click OK. Done. Number 9. Photoshop history. Even if extremely passionate, I don't want to tell you the story of Photoshop. It happens that one of its most powerful tools is called history. To make a long story short, all the latest actions you have done in Photoshop are stored in a list. If you want to go back to a previous moment in time in your project, all you have to do is to click one item in the history list. It's like a super powerful version of the undo command you probably know from other softwares. Number 10. Save files. All your good work has to be saved. I will not talk for hours about all the different graphic formats on the planet, but again, I can make it simple for you. As usual, All starts from file save or file save as if we are talking of an already saved file. Would you like to modify your project in the future? Use the PSD Photoshop format. It will remain editable. Would you like to post it online? Use the JPEG format, choosing a compression level between 6 and 10. Less would not be enough, and more would probably be too much. You have to save a file because you want to print it or ask someone to print it for you. The PSD format is okay if you print from your own computer, but if you have to give the file to someone else, better use the TIFF format, without compression and without layers. And we're done! As usually, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Write your comments and questions in the section below. Give me a thumb up if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Share it with your friends. You can also find me on Facebook and Twitter. And as I always say, go ahead, make me proud. Ciao! Hey! If you reached this part of the tutorial, you might have enjoyed it, so if you think I deserve a tip, well, I would not get offended. You can support my project with, doesn't matter, even 1 cent is okay. I really appreciate. My PayPal address is info@mstudioitaly.com, and you can find a donation link in the description or in the download page of the toolbox. Thanks a lot, and yeah, thanks.